Hey guys, quick video on changing the crossover tube O-rings out for your cylinder head. Be sure to drain the coolant out of the motor first before you start taking these apart. You will flush coolant all over the place. There's a drain bolt on the water pump itself, used on the left hand side of the bike, 6mm bolt with a copper washer. So I'm going to start with some needle nose pliers. I'm going to go after this clip that's holding it in. It looks like a C almost. I slowed this down so I can get this intro voice in there. The whole video is not in slow-mo, I promise you. It's just this first section. So just pull them out. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's two of them there. Flathead screwdriver will work as well. I used long needle nose pliers, and they should pop right out. That one kind of spun on me when I pulled it, but this allows you to gain access to moving that water pipe to left and right to access the O-rings that have gone bad. This motor was actually overheated without any coolant in it at all. The O-rings dried up significantly and were hard as a rock. So they were leaking pretty badly. As you can see, the buildup from right underneath that yellow snot looking stuff. So got that one out. I already slid to the left, which is awesome. Time to start getting out to that O-ring. You can see here I use a 90-degree pick. The O-ring was actually too hard to get underneath, so I ended up just opting out for my trusty pocket knife and just being able to cut right into it. I couldn't get a good cut on it up top, so I just ended up using the tip of the knife and just digging right into the O-ring just to break it in half because it was just so hard. You can see here I'll dig right into it, break it. It actually spun on me, but I just wrapped it back around to try to find that spot where I dug into first. Pocket knife works great. Ad lib, ad lib, ad lib until it breaks. There we go. Now I'm going to pull the 90-degree pick out, use my finger to kind of hold it, and you can see how it just snaps right off. That's supposed to be a rubber O-ring. It's now a rubber cement. So I'm going to spin that bottom piece out and just try to knock it off so that I can start accessing the other side. So you see I'm trying to push this back over. The best technique to do is to get some leverage from underneath and maybe use something up top to kind of push it in. If you try to just go from one side of the pipe, it will not go in. It's got to go in pretty straight. So some bottom leverage up top and you can push it right back in. So let's attack this other side. I'm going to use the same technique with the pocket knife, dig right into it. Try to snap that O-ring free. And then I will of course use the 90-degree pick to try to break it apart and pull it off the rest of the way. I'll end up fast forwarding this anyways. Awesome. So that came off. I'm going to go ahead and get the bottom part of that O-ring off as well, and then I'm going to use some contact cleaner and just give it 2 or 3 quick sprays just to get any debris off, any old coolant residue. That stuff evaporates pretty quickly, so it's good stuff. There it is, let that dry. I'm also going to use some compressed air just to try to speed up that drying process. Awesome, now let's work with getting the O-ring on. I use 90-degree, my long needle nose pliers. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. You want to pay attention to what you're doing. I'm holding on to the O-ring with the needle nose pliers. I'm going to use my 90-degree pick and kind of use it as a shoehorn and just try to pry it over this water pipe. It should slip on pretty quickly if you have the right tension, but you're just going to try to wrap it right around that pipe and it should slip right onto its resting place, which is perfect. So I'm going to use some silicone spray here. It's just like any kind of lubricant. This works specifically for rubber O-rings and stuff. kind of lubed it up so I can get it in there nicely. Those O-rings can be kind of stubborn, new. When you try to get in there, they're almost trying to flex against you. Again, bottom leverage, try to use some up top as well, try to push that in. Once you get in far enough, you can actually use the other side of the water pipe's lip and use that to help you pry it in. And you'll see what I mean right here. Perfect. Let's go to the other side. Same technique, needle nose pliers, new O-ring. Might even clean this side off as well before I put the O-ring on with some contact cleaner. That evaporates pretty quick. And go ahead and put the other side on. This one gave me a little bit of trouble just because of the angle I was in with my left hand. But same thing, just trying to hold it with needle nose pliers and pry it on with the 90-degree pick or popsicle stick, whatever you want to use. I've seen people even talk about dental floss. I've never used it, but this is the way that I do it. And you're working in pretty tight quarters, so it is kind of a pain, but it sure beats pulling the heads. And there you go. I'm going to use some more silicone spray on this side. I'm also going to spin this to make sure that the other one is just kind of seating in there. Trying to make it find its home, what we like to say. And I'm going to start prying this other side over with some bottom leverage. Trying to move it over to the other side to get it into its final resting place. You'll see that once I do this, I'm going to use 2 flathead screwdrivers and just try to work it back and forth. And I'm just again trying to seat the O-rings in, make sure that they're not anything blocking them, maybe underneath them inside of that water pipe, or anything weird. I've had weird problems with these before. So I just like to use the flathead screwdriver and just try to rock it back and forth. Sometimes if I don't do this trick, it will kind of have tension on one side because the O-ring is kind of flexing against you, so that's why I also rock it back and forth. Here I am just installing the clips. I'm just kind of spin it just to make sure it's in its groove. Do the same thing to the other one. And they should just snap right on. It's not that hard. I'm going to go ahead and spin these up and turn in the right direction, just in case any force or a bird or a mouse wants to hit that and knock it off. I don't know. I like to flip them up, make them look good. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you found it useful, please like it or share it. It'll be on YouTube. I appreciate what you guys say and what you guys do for the video. So just comment below if you have any questions. If you need a part number or anything like that, just hit me up. You can hit it up in the comment, or you can send me a personal message by going over to motorcyclenv.com. I also have a Facebook page as well as an Instagram. You can feel free to follow me on all that stuff because I post stuff all the time that you might miss out on, like cool stuff like this. Really simple, really easy, guys. You can do it in your own living room. I hope to talk to you guys soon. Y'all ride safe. Take it easy.